Hello, my name is Pietro, and I am at the Spanish Fork Library, and we are doing a technology Q&A. Thanks everyone that is joining in, and we are live right now. Awesome. So, I run a website called Gagdets Anonymous, and the reason being is because I got addicted to gadgets many years ago. And I mean that in a good way. As you can see, I brought a few of my toys with me today. And my primary and probably most favorite gadget is going to be the wearable market. And I really like smartwatches. My fascination with smartwatches started back in 2013. That was with the Fitbit One, which I have one, but I can't get to turn on. It's broken. It did not last 7 years. But they do still make it, and Fitbit's still around. And since Fitbit sparked my interest in tracking my steps, my health, my sleep, I also started going in with other wearables. So we're going to start off with wearables, and then Darlene is with me. She's the camera lady behind the lens. And if you have any questions, just type those away and I'll answer anything that you would like to know about. So we'll start with what I'm wearing. The shirt is Ralph Lauren. No, we'll start with the big watch here, the big elf in the room. This is called the Garmin Tactics Delta. So this is what you call a smartwatch, but it's also a military watch. So this does everything a Fitbit would do. It tracks your heart rate, it tracks your sleep, steps, calories, but it's also meant for jumping out of planes. It does everything. A watch like this is someone who not only jumps out of planes, but wants a really long battery life. They want something that looks really beefy and, I dare I say, a very masculine watch. And this battery is really good. This will last, oh, I just got the battery warning. I only have 2 days left, which is funny because that's the average battery life on the Apple Watch. So all the watches here that I'll talk about, they all track sleep, which has been kind of a hobby of mine lately, and we'll get into that really soon. So this is the Garmin that I really like, and this is going to look really weird, but I have another one in my sock. So I ran out of wrists. This is the Garmin Enduro. So this is the adventure series that Garmin has, and just so you know, none of these gadgets we're talking about are sponsored. I'm not making, this is a pro bono deal. Darlene didn't cut me a check for $1,000 to come here. I don't even think we have donuts. So it's just open Q&A. This is all just free stuff, and most everything here I've bought with my own money. Some of the products I do get for free, and I'll get to that later too. So this is the Garmin Enduro, and I am launching another video that's comparing these two devices on my YouTube channel, just Peter Herget and Gagdets Anonymous. That's the name of the channel, and we'll put a link in this video later. But very different watches, very cool. Sleep tracking is really cool. Actually, we'll just do a quick segue right there. On the sleep tracking, one neat thing that Garmin has done is they bought the company that was doing sleep tracking for them so they could be in control. So if we look right there, just right on the watch, there's the sleep data. It used to be for Garmin watches that you had to sync the watch with your phone and then you could view your sleep data. Well, now the sleep data is right on the watch, and if I open this up for Darlene to see, there's some of the advanced sleep data right there. So you can see your sleep score, and then they also give you sleep advice. So you get your deep sleep, your light sleep, your REM, and then if you scroll down once more, there's the actual sleep advice that they give you. And that goes into a long discussion, which we might have to do another one on that. So basically, you have watches that track your sleep. You have watches that give you sleep feedback and analytics, and then you have watches that actually give you sleep coaching and tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. And that will be my next toy. This is the Apple Watch 6. So this one also tracks sleep and a whole lot more. This one, I installed a third-party app because with the billions of dollars that Apple makes, they still haven't really jumped into a deep dive of sleep tracking. And you can spend $3 and download an app called Auto Sleep, and that gives you sleep quality, sleep tracking, and it actually does sleep coaching as well. So that's really fun. If you have an Apple Watch, you can download that app. This is my newest watch. This is the OnePlus watch. So eventually every company wants to come out with a watch because a lot of these companies, Apple and Samsung, they want you stuck in the ecosystem, right, Darlene? Yeah. They not only want you to buy a phone, so here's the Apple phone, here's the Apple Watch, they want you stuck in the ecosystem. So OnePlus also came out with a watch, actually just last week. And this one tracks sleep, you can work out with it, you can swim with it, it has alarms, calendar appointments, all that fun stuff, and yeah. This will probably be my primary phone. This is a really popular gadget for most people. I believe the first iPhone came out in 2007. So 13 years later, 14 years later, Apple's still churning them out. This is the iPhone 12 mini, which I really like because it's portable and it fits in my pocket. So when it comes time for summer, I can actually take this phone everywhere with me, and it's not this big brick in my pocket like these other social media devices with the 6.7-inch screens. Let's see if we have any questions. No questions yet.
I have one.
Yes.
Do they have GPS tracking?
Yes. So the Garmin Tactics Delta, the Garmin Enduro, the Apple Watch, even this newer OnePlus, they all have onboard GPS. So you can leave your phone at home and just go running. In fact, both Garmin does it, and also Fossil. Hang on, one more. So I slept with 5 devices last night because I'm doing a sleep analysis study. I told you earlier that I really am into this, and I guess this shows my true colors as a nerd. I really like tracking my sleep. I think if you want to get better at running or swimming or cycling or tennis, maybe you like pickleball, or maybe you just are a speed walker, you need energy to do those activities. Or you're just a mom or a dad and you're just trying to get through the day, you want to be a good sleeper. And before you go into the gym, you really need to focus on your sleep. So that's one thing I've really been fascinated by, and it's become one of my hobbies over the last year. And all these devices track your sleep. And the best part is back in 2013 when I started with that Fitbit 1, you had to it was crazy. You had to push a button and basically start a stopwatch, and then you'd go to bed, and then you'd wake up and you'd have to remember to turn off the watch, and then you'd sync it, and then you'd wait, and then it would tell you, oh, you slept 9 hours. Well, yeah, because I started it. Anyway, so that was crazy. Well, now you just go to bed. And then even better, the Apple Watch and the OnePlus watch, both of these track naps. And Fitbit also tracked naps, and also Samsung. So that's 4 devices. Garmin does not track naps yet. And for a lot of people, that's not a big deal, but for me it is, because naps are like this golden thing that happens in a parent's life, right, Darlene?
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
So it's kind of like, yeah, when I take a nap, I want to know about it. And I want to see, wow, I slept for an hour and a half, and these devices will track your naps. This one auto detects your workouts. So this is a Fossil, this is the Fossil Collider HR. This one retails for $150, so a nice entry-level watch. And if you zoom in on there, Darlene, it doesn't really look like a smart watch. It looks like a normal watch. It uses electronic ink, has an amazing battery life. If you don't enable a ton of notifications and you're not using a lot of GPS, it easily lasts a full 2 weeks, which is 12 days longer than the most popular Apple Watch right now. And if you just start running, it knows you're running and starts tracking that workout. If you just start cycling, it knows that. And then you actually tell a lot of these watches, oh, I'm not on the day shift, I'm not a swing shift, I go to bed at 10 p.m. and I wake up around 7, and then they know to track your sleep during that time. Okay, so how do we protect all these gadgets? The case around my iPhone, this is the MagSafe case that you can get directly through Apple, and it has that little magnet thing. And this is another alternate case. This one's by Moose, and they were really popular online. I think they still are. This one is the one where they drop from planes, so I just had to try it. I actually have dropped my phone a couple times in this case, and it's been fine. I like this one actually a little better because it's curved slightly. So if your phone actually falls on the concrete like that, that was really loud, it has those little edges that protect your phone. And this one is less expensive. These go for about $40, where the Apple ones go for $50. So you can save yourself some money. And this one works just the same. It has the little slight magnet built right into the case, and you can change your color. You can choose blue, white, or whatever. So that's kind of fun. You can customize your case. People like that. And then the hefty duty case, one is called, what's that? It's not Case Logic, it's, do you know that, have you ever bought a beefy case, Darlene? Like a really...
OtterBox?
That's it. So this is a competitor to OtterBox. This is a small company out of California called Poetic. And no, they're not a sponsor. They just send me the cases for free once in a while, and they want me to plug them in the video. And they're really affordable. They're only about $20. And this one comes, it looks like a military grade case. I've dropped this phone several times. It's cushiony, but not squishy. And they really protect your case. And it comes with 2 different inserts. The case is actually 2 cases, and there's that front part that goes on the screen, and then they have one where you can have a complete screen protector, so it's that plastic shield over your phone to protect it as well. That's really cool. This is a phone that I got during Christmas. This is the Samsung S21, and to be honest, I like it. But if you're on the Samsung S20, no reason to upgrade. If you're on the Samsung S9 or S10, still no reason to upgrade. There's not a big difference. A couple little gimmicky things, but yeah, if your phone's 2 years old, don't upgrade to the Samsung S21. Save your money and wait for the next one coming later this year. The other phone that I really like as of late, and I actually like it better than the S21, this is the OnePlus device that came out. This is the OnePlus 9 Pro, and the big thing about this gadget, this smartphone, is that it has a Hasselblad lens. So if you know a little about history, decades ago in the 1960s, we decided to fly to the moon, and weight was a huge issue for NASA, so they decided, okay, well, we need to choose one camera, and they chose Hasselblad. So Hasselblad just did a partnership with OnePlus, and OnePlus wrote a check for over $100 million to get licensing rights to put that Hasselblad logo. We can zoom in on that. And so Hasselblad and OnePlus are now working together to make the ultimate camera experience.
Covering it. I think your finger's covering it.
Oh, here it's right there underneath the lens.
The OnePlus. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, awesome.
Anyway, it's not perfect yet, but it's a huge improvement by OnePlus. So thumbs up to them. And yeah, it's a good, solid phone. Next on the gadgets. So I also do film editing, because I'll shoot all these videos like this one, then I need to edit them. I use just a MacBook Air that I got from Costco. It does great, and so you don't need a big, huge, beefy computer if you want to start doing stuff on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, or what's the other one? TikTok, Snapchat. A lot of them you can do on your phone. In fact, I edited a 22-minute video on my iPhone 12 earlier today. It took about 45 minutes.
I bet.
And then I created the end credits using HitFilm Express, which is a free program. You just download it, and you can do some really cool things in HitFilm Express if you don't have a Mac and you still want to edit videos. So, and then you start running out of your room on your MacBook Air because you edit so many videos. So again, at Costco, I bought this little external drive, a SanDisk, and this little thing is awesome, and it saved my bacon several times. This is 1 terabyte of information, so 1,000 gigabytes, and that will basically store all my videos, all my edits for an entire year. So sometime around Christmas, this will be full, and then I'll delete everything and start over. Okay, next, watch bands, right? So you have gadgets, you have your favorite Apple Watch. I like Barton watch bands. Again, they're not a sponsor. My son was going to join us, but he's somewhere else in the library right now. But Barton is a local company in Texas. I say local like we're in Texas. They're a company here in the United States, and they make watch bands. This is a fun leather one that I got from them during Christmas for my Apple Watch. And it's just nice to interchange from the standard silicone one that you get when you buy your Apple Watch.
Does it breathe well?
It does. And then this is like, I think they call it their racing strap. I really like it because it has the holes in it, and then it breathes even better. Leather has a good feel. I mean, if you go back decades, leather watch bands were all the rage. And then to charge your devices, well, you have a portable battery pack. This one's Jupio. This one came for free when I bought my gimbal, and we'll get to that in a second. So these are really cool because when you're out and about and you're traveling, if you have kids, you can quickly charge your devices with a portable battery. So this one has a little battery unit, and then if you just put your phone right on it, it charges. So even without any wires, and one thing I like about wireless charging is you don't take cables with you. The best thing is it forces you to take a break. So now I have to set that device down. I can't touch it because wireless charging is really sensitive, and if you move it a little bit, it disconnects. Next on wearables, we'll go back. This is the Amazon Halo. Amazon actually got into the phone market years ago and released an Amazon Fire smartphone, and it was different. I actually bought it, but I had to return it because it kept overheating.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a 3D phone, and it wasn't very good. And Amazon didn't release another one. So they're trying again because they want you in the ecosystem. They've sold you the Alexa, and they've sold you all this other stuff, and now they want a wearable. So this one's a real simplistic device, and this is a fitness tracker. Quite similar to the Fitbit One, except for you wear it on your wrist, and it has a heart rate sensor built in, and it also detects your body temperature at night. A little bit wonky there. And it detects your sleep, and it detects workouts. So you don't tell it when you're working out. It just does its best to auto-detect and say, oh, you were walking for 40 minutes. The downside is if you're walking your dog and your dog constantly stops, you'll have like 4 different workouts over 1 hour. But for $60, it's a great little tracker fitness device to start getting you to move. So very cool. Notifications. There's notifications in the app, so the app will actually prompt you to do certain things. You can do yoga workouts and all this other stuff, and it's all included in the app. And then the sleep tracking is actually pretty detailed. And yeah, And then as far as accuracy overall, it's pretty good. Actually, as far as step count, and the battery life is a full 5 to 7 days. Now, it has a unique thing. It does tone. So it records little snippets of your voice, and supposedly it can tell when you're yelling at your kids and when you're telling your kids, oh, I just love you and you're the best and you've done so well in school and oh, thanks for practicing the piano. And then throughout the day, it gives you a score on your tone. I turned it off. It kind of creeped me out because I'm like, okay, wait, is it recording? Like Amazon's already recording enough in my house. So does anyone else feel that way? Do you really want your devices to track your tone and tell you if you're angry or upset? It was kind of interesting and I liked it. I tried it for about a week and then I turned it off. And it also zaps the battery. If you're monitoring your tone, the battery lasts about 2 days.
And there's a question.
Oh, great.
Is it Apple compatible?
Yes.
Do you want to repeat the question?
Yeah, so they had a question about the Amazon Halo. The Amazon Halo works both with your Apple phone or Android phone. It doesn't matter. You can do them both. And in fact, the Apple Watch only works on Apple. Garmin's really cool. That's why I've stuck with them. I've been using Garmin watches since 2005, 2004, when they had the big Forerunner, which was almost like this big. You strap on your wrist, and it had GPS and a really crappy screen, and the battery would last maybe 2 days. So Garmin works with both Apple and Android, and in fact, even if you don't have a smart watch or tablet, you can actually just download Garmin Express and you can synchronize your watch with your computer at home. Awesome. So that's kind of cool that Garmin did that. Fitbit used to do it. It's kind of wonky. It still works. So both Fitbit and Garmin, I don't actually have a Fitbit device right now. I'll be getting another one soon. But so Fitbit and Garmin work with both Android and Apple, and both Fitbit and Garmin have connection ways where you can connect it directly to a computer if you don't have a smartphone or tablet or something like that. Good question. Thank you very much. And then the OnePlus watch is actually proprietary to Android only, same as the Samsung watches as well. But if you don't have a OnePlus phone, you can still buy this watch. And this one's unique because it does a lot of things that the Apple Watch does, but it's only $150. So another nice entry level. So the two cheapest gadgets we reviewed so far, Amazon Halo 60 and the OnePlus watch for $159. Okay, so let's say you want to start doing videos like this at home. You can do that with this fun device. This is called the Digi Osmo 3. If I hold the power on, see, it wiggled because it wants my phone in there. So as soon as I put my phone in there, it does a little balance trick. Come on, make me look good. There we go. So now I can double click, and now it does landscape, and then you turn it on, and I actually did this for a video at home. I just set it on the table right there, had it all lined up, and had you can do a track. So you can draw your face around the device and have it track you. So as you're moving across the room, if you're doing a cooking channel or whatever, you could have this device be your cameraman and it tracks you or tracks your thing. I tried having it track just a watch. It struggled with that, but like faces or people, it will actually do that for you. So that's pretty cool. And then the cool thing about...
Will it adjust if you stand up or something?
Yeah, so the cool thing about the gimbal is, if you notice, I'm moving like that and it's staying still. So that's the best thing, is it's meant for action. So instead of a GoPro, and you can actually attach a GoPro to this, but anyway, so it comes with a tripod, and right from this little joystick, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. Again, you can double click and switch to portrait mode if you're doing Snapchat, or what's the other one?
I don't know.
Snapchat, and I don't use them. I actually installed Snapchat just for fun.
TikTok maybe?
Oh yeah, TikTok. I don't do that one either. I think I'm too old. I get teased by my son because it's like, oh, Facebook is for old people. Anyway, but it's great, and you can get a device like this for $100, and that's a lot cheaper. Actually, this one was on sale at B&H Photo. Again, not a sponsor. I don't want to think that I'm plugging all these company names, but B&H does sales, and this was only $90, and it came with this portable charger, which is probably worth 15 or 20. But it's a really cool device, and it lets you do some really cool things with views without getting shaky stuff. So if it's just you and you don't have a videographer like me, it comes in really handy. So what I did in one video is I set that one up, and that was my camera A on the actor, and then I had another tripod set up, and that was my overhead shot of my gadgets, and then I spliced all the footage in together, so I constantly went from looking at me to looking at the gadgets, so that was pretty cool. Oh, wireless charging. So wireless charging, in addition to sleep, I really like battery life. It just fascinates me how long things last. And then OnePlus developed a really super fast wireless charger. The wireless charger that works with MagSafe, and I apologize, I put my MagSafe away because I was cleaning my office, and I don't know where I put it. So I don't have it with me. That charges at 20 watts. This charges at 50 watts. And the other cool thing is, this is the charging cable that comes with your OnePlus phones now. This is a 65 watt charger. So when I travel, I can bring this to charge my phones, and this is a powerful enough charger that I can also charge my laptop.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then when you plug this into the wall, and this is the other cool thing, is some chargers are very proprietary, and the cable is built right in, so you can't use it for anything else. OnePlus decided, let's not do that. Everything comes unplugged, USB-C, and USB-C powers Macs, and the new Dells are USB-C as well. So I can power both my work laptop and my personal laptop all with the same cable, all with the same charger. Pretty awesome. So when you charge your OnePlus phone on this charger that's 50 watt, it charges it from 0 to 100 in less than an hour, which is about 40 minutes faster than charging, where'd it go? Oh, this one, which is 40 minutes faster than plugging this into the wall. So Apple's fast charging right now is only 20 watts.
Okay.
And OnePlus is doing it at 65 watts wired or 50 watts wirelessly. So kind of a little mud in the eye from OnePlus to Apple.
How do you charge the charger?
How do you charge?
Like, will it just deplete and then you have to recharge it, or?
Oh, well, no, this you plug in.
Okay.
Oh, you mean this one?
No.
Oh.
So you plug in the charger.
Yeah, so this
Okay.
is just your standard, you'll plug this into the wall,
Okay.
and then yeah,
Perfect.
it just charges. And then
Okay.
the cool thing is this one does both landscape and portrait.
So it's not wireless.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not true wireless.
Okay.
It's more, they call it wireless charging, it's more of cordless charging. But it is
Okay.
nice. Again, I mentioned this earlier, I like wireless charging because it's kind of fun, and you don't have to plug things in, and then it forces you to take a break because you can't touch it's hard, like with these desktop chargers, and Apple makes them, and Samsung makes them, everyone makes one, Google makes one. The Google one is really proprietary. Talk about proprietary. It's hard to like hold this and type, but are there any other questions?
I don't see any other questions.
Okay. Which one is my favorite? Well, I actually just sold one of my favorite devices. Back in 2019, I bought the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, and I just sold it to a neighbor so I could buy this one. The Samsung makes a great phone and a great watch, and what I liked about that one was it's circular. That's one of the main things I don't like about the Apple Watch. It's not a circle. It's a great watch. It's an awesome device to be tethered to your phone all day, and the battery life is horrible. I still can't believe that Apple can't make the battery life great. That's one cool thing about this OnePlus watch. The battery life is 14 days.
That's a long time.
But it's not tethered in the way. I mean, in a way, the Apple Watch is a secondary screen to your iPhone, and it's amazing. I mean, you can swim with it. It does everything. And I'll just talk about one last gadget. This one I've done a lot of videos on my channel. This is called the Remarkable Tablet, and the big thing about this one is they call this the world's. Let's see if I can do this on camera. I was practicing on them. Well, almost there. Almost. This is the world's thinnest tablet. It's really thin. It's actually thinner than the iPad, and it's thinner than any smartphone that I've shown you and any smartphone that I've ever tested. And basically, this is a writing device for taking notes, and it's an e-reader. So when you're writing, so it's using electronic ink. That's the main thing that it does, and it has a stylus that you buy, and you just swipe left to right. Of course, it's not going to work because I'm on camera. Come on. There we go. So those notes that I was writing about the OnePlus watch, and then it has a directory, and it also has access to ebooks that you can download. And there we go. Here's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Nice little read by Ian Fleming. And you can get this same book through your Spanish Fork library. But cool, fun stuff. And hopefully I've conveyed that I am addicted to gadgets. And sleep tracking is important. And the main thing, I think if you're trying to get into sleep tracking and you want to start moving and you're wondering how many steps you took, yeah, buy an entry device such as maybe the Fossil hybrid watches are really cool and they're very affordable. Sometimes these will go for actually just barely over 100. There's the Amazon Halo. Fitbit makes some entry-level ones. There's one that Darlene's wearing, a Garmin smart fitness tracker device, and that's really cool as well. Again, really affordable. So you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars and get an Apple Watch or one of these military-grade Garmin's. There's so much information in these things that it actually makes me flush. I've had this one for over 40 days now, and I'm barely scratching the surface on what it can do. I mean, some of these devices collect and track and give so much feedback when it comes to altitude and training and hill climbing and what your VO2 max was, and they track S-Wolf when you're swimming, and this device, and the Apple devices, they even know if you're swimming breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, or butterfly in the water. That's how advanced some of the tracking is for sports. Well, if you have more questions, we can do this another time if Darlene wants to have me back. And thank you so much for watching. We'll end our live session. Goodbye.